Welcome back to the class, children. Good morning, everybody. So today we are going for a new topic and new chapter also. Okay, now we are in chapter 6 and we are teaching for second year. Okay, civics. And today we are going for a new topic which is called as local self-government. Okay, local self-government is one of the new topic. What is called local self-government? History of local self-government, we will discuss about it. Okay. So, in this point, last classes we have discussed about K.M. Punchi commission. So, K.M. Punchi have recommended some commissions in which he have made certain recommendation for setting up of good governance in urban areas. So, he have given some recommendation. So, that recommendation K.M. Punchi have submitted on 2010. So, we have discussed about K.M. Punchi commission. In this class, we will discuss completely about local self-government. We will discuss about the issues. I will go forward saying, first one, when we are talking about local self-government, this is one decentralized form of government. Decentralized form of government means whenever the powers are distributed. Okay, decentralized is nothing but transferring of control or transferring any activities to the several offices, okay, instead of one officer. So, transferring the activities to the several offices are called as decentralization. Centralization, decentralization difference is, centralization means transferring all the powers to only one person hand. When one person is exercising all the power, that is centralized. Decentralized means distribution of power. So, whenever if you are transferring the activities to the several person, then that is called as decentralization, decentralized. Okay, now we will go forward. So, local self-government is a decentralized form. Decentralization is nothing but transfer of control or the activities to the several officer instead of having a single one. So, that is called as decentralization. Okay, children. Now, in local self-government means in local area, when you are establishing a self-government, that is local self-government. Local self-government is very, very important. First of all, we should know why. Suppose that, imagine that this is a local area, if there is any problem such as drinking water supply, sanitation, or if any problems will come, you can't say these problems or you can't transfer that problem to central government. It will, to solve this problem in local area. So, when you wanted to represent these problems to the central government, it will take lot of time. Okay, imagine that this is an area where in this area water problem arises. So, if you represent or if you wanted to express these problems in central government, it will take lot of time to solve this problem. So, that is why to solve the problem immediately, if there is a local government here, for example, if local government is there in the area, if there is any water problems or arises, then this local government can able to solve the problem easily. Problems can be solved easily. This is the main reason that powers are what they are doing, powers are decentralized into several activities. Whenever the powers are decentralized into several activities, that is called as local self-government. So, whenever in local areas if there is any problem arises, so whatever the problem will arise in local government, now imagine that there is a problem of education, schools are not there in certain local area. So, this is one problem. So, if you wanted to represent this problem in the parliament, it will take lot of time and lot of discussions, again it will take lot of time to establish a particular school. Imagine that if any local government is there in local area, in this area if there is any local self-government, so if they realize the problem, then they quickly act and they quickly solve the problem. So, what is the advantage of local self-government is problems can be solved very quickly, okay, and very fastly the problems can be able to solve. This is also the reason, and that is why the central government have decided that they should be a local self-government. Why? Because if the powers are distributed in the local areas, whatever the problems which are there in local areas, that can be solved very quickly. Okay. Now, next come to the point, there are various problems even at central level, there are various problems. If powers are under the control of only one single person, he can't able to solve each and every problems, because he have different type of problems to solve, central issues will be there. Okay. So, if he wanted to solve all the problems, okay, that is not possible for one single person, and that is why In central level, what they have divided, the powers and the activities were distributed among the several persons, so that these peoples can able to solve the problems easily. So decentralization of power means distribution of power. Okay, transferring of power among the several groups and transferring the powers among several activities to solve the problem, that is called local self-government. So here what we are doing, transfer of control or the activities to the several offices. All the powers, okay, and activities are transferred to several offices, that is called as local self-government. Now local self-government is mainly classified into two types. One is called rural local government, one is called urban local government. So local government we have discussed why it is important. So local self-government immediately will realize the problem of local areas and they can able to solve the problems easily. So two types of local self-government is there. One in village, that is called as rural local government. Rural local government are mainly set up in village, and urban local government which are mainly set up in cities. Urban areas are nothing but cities. Okay, in that cities also we can find urban local government. Okay, for example, municipalities are there, municipal commissioners are there, municipalities are there. So that is also one local self-government in urban areas. So these municipalities will solve the issue of drinking water, sanitation, health. Okay, regarding various issues, the municipalities is a local self-government which are mainly set up in urban areas to solve the various problems. Municipal corporation, municipalities. These are what? Local self-government. Okay, this government will solve the problems of education. Okay, educations were under the control, sanitation, particularly supplying of water, etc. Next, we have discussed about rural local government and urban local government. We will discuss briefly, children, about it. Panchayat Raj institution. So this Panchayat Raj institution is nothing but the power completely vested in the hand of Gram Panchayat. So this Panchayat Raj institutions in India is not recently formed. Since from the ancient time onwards, these Panchayat Raj institutions prevalent in India, which was already there in India. Panchayat Raj institutions are already there in India. So that is not a new concept for our country. So Panchayat Raj institutions we are still following, since from the ancient time we are following the Panchayat Raj institution. So normally when we are talking about the history of Panchayat Raj institution, in the ancient time we can find Mauryans, under the control of Mauryans also there was a Panchayat Raj institution. So they have given power to the villages to solve the problems, to solve the various issues, to solve the disputes in the villages. So power completely vested in the hand of Panchayat Raj institution. So these Panchayat Raj institutions was prevalent since ancient time. When we are talking about the histories, I am going to BC. So this ancient time Mauryans were belongs to BC's period. So under the control of Mauryans, that Panchayat Raj institutions were prevalent. Our next point is Cholas. If you see, under the control of Cholas also, they have set up the local self-government. So Cholas also set up the local self-government. Okay, so Cholas, when Cholas, who were Cholas? Cholas, when we are talking about Cholas, okay, if you are going to the southern part of India, Tamil Nadu, so here we can find in Tamil Nadu, there was a Chola Empire. Chola Empire was set up in the southern parts. So when Cholas Empire was there was a good local self-government which were prevalent during that period of time. So when Chola Empire have set up, there was a good local self-government which were prevalent during that period of time. So that is also one point. Okay, so what we have discussed, Panchayat Raj institution is not only a new concept. Since from the ancient time this was highly prevalent and we are following today also. Today also in village there is a Panchayat Raj institutions. And these Panchayat Raj institutions was prevalent during the Mauryans period. Indian history was started from Mauryans. Okay, during that Mauryans period there was a power which was vested under the control of Gram Panchayat, and Cholas also we can find powers were under the control. So Cholas were also well known for local administration. Cholas is a dynasty which was mainly established in Tamil Nadu. Present Tamil Nadu we can find once upon a time, that is a Chola Empire. During that period there was a good local self-government. Institutions were prevalent during Cholas Empire. So we have adopted the Chola administration local self-government. Today we have implemented in our country. So during that period of time, Cholas, when they have implemented local self-government, they used to prevalent local self-government during the period of Cholas administration, and they have developed their administration perfectly due to this institution. Later the Britishers, when Lord Ripon, so he is a viceroy, during the period of Lord Ripon viceroy, he is called as father of local self government. So what he have did, he decided to implement the local self government in India. So he implemented some two acts, children. So 1882 and 1884. So Lord Ripon have passed some two acts. These two acts are mainly related to the local self government, and he executed and implemented that act. And that is why Lord Ripon revived the system of local self government. So most of the empire they came, but no empire have revived the local self government during British period. Okay. So later the Lord Ripon, who is the father of local self government, he decided to revive the system. And Lord Ripon is a father because 1882 and 1884 he studied about the Chola administration, and 1882 and 1884 he have implemented. He implemented some policies, and he perfectly executed and implemented the policy which are regarding the local self government. So that is one point. Now next come to the point here. Mahatma Gandhi also, children, our father of nation, Mahatma Gandhi, okay, father of our nation, Mahatma Gandhi also advocated that there should be a Gram Swaraj, okay, and every villages they should have some local self institution which will solve the problems. And Mahatma Gandhi have advocated democratic form of government where power should be vested in the hand of all the people. So Mahatma Gandhi have advocated that there should be a Gram Swaraj, okay, should be set up, and that should be in the basis of democratic form of government. It means what? In local self government or Panchayat Raj institution, powers completely vested under the control of all the peoples equally. So this is one point. Next we will go forward. The government of India have implemented the Panchayat Raj institution at last. At last the government of India, after getting independence. So when we got independence, the government of India also decided to implement the Panchayat Raj institution, because these Panchayat Raj institutions plays very important role at village level. Okay, so they played a very important role at village level for their development and welfare activity. Again the government of India have revived this system, Panchayat Raj institution they have implemented in our country. And on 2nd June, 2nd October 1952, when we got independence after 2 years, so there was a program which was launched by the central government which is called Community Development Program. What is the Community Development Program? What is meant by Community Development Program? Development of particular community. So whenever if you are developing any community, that is called Community Development Program. So that Community Development Program was launched by central government under the leadership of Jawaharlal Nehru. Okay, the Community Development was launched by the central government under the leadership of Jawaharlal Nehru, in which year? 2nd October 1952, because 2nd October is a birth of Mahatma Gandhi also. Okay, and that's why that program was launched by Jawaharlal Nehru, Community Development. Why? Because Mahatma Gandhi have seen a dream that, okay, Mahatma Gandhi has a dream that every village should develop in the form of Gram Swaraj. Okay, Gram Swaraj should be set up, and that should be set up in democratic form. There should be some development activities in village. Okay, but here on the basis of Mahatma Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru on 2nd October, that is the birth of Mahatma Gandhi, in 1952 he have implemented a program which is called as Community Development Program. So development of community is called Community Development Program he has implemented. Who? Jawaharlal Nehru. So that is one point. So children, see, in this point we have discussed some points about local self government. First one, local self government is a decentralized form of government. Decentralized is nothing but whenever if you are transferring the control or the activities among several groups, whenever if you are transferring power or transferring the activities among several groups instead of one person, so that is called decentralization. Distribution of work or distribution of power among the several peoples is called decentralization. Okay. Now local self governments are mainly classified into two types. We have discussed rural local self government and urban local self government. Rural local self government mainly we can find in villages. Okay, urban local self government mainly we can find in cities. Like for example, municipalities and municipal corporations, they were the urban local self government. So they played a very important role for providing the drinking water, sanitation, health care, primary health center, etc. This is completely under the control of municipal corporations and municipalities. Panchayat Raj institutions in India, this was since from the ancient time we are following this system. During the period of Mauryans, this system was there, okay, and during the period of Cholas, when Cholas were ruling the Tamil Nadu in the southern part, when Chola Empire was formed, so they have implemented a good system of local self-government in village, and history says that this empire was well developed because of that local self-government, the system which they have implemented in their city, due to which the Chola Empire was highly well developed. And that is why Lord Ripon have studied, and Lord Ripon wanted to revive this system, local self-government, and Lord Ripon wanted to implement that local self-government again in India. So Lord Ripon, what he have did 1882 and 1884, he have implemented two laws, he have implemented two laws, and he have executed and implemented, and from 1882 to 1884, during this period they have introduced local self-government in India, Britishers. Who was Lord Ripon? Lord Ripon was actually a viceroy. During he is the head of the India during that time. So he studied about history and he decided to revive the system, local self-government, which the Chola Empire have implemented that system in their village. Okay, what is the problem? What is the good point in Chola Empire is that Chola Empire is highly well developed during that period of time because of the system which they have implemented is local self-government. Because of that system, the cities, towns were highly prosperous in Chola's empire, and here Lord Ripon wanted to implement it, and he passed that law also. Mahatma Gandhi also advocated that there should be a Gram Swaraj, okay, there should be a Gram Swaraj that should be set up based upon democratic form of government, okay, Mahatma Gandhi. And next we will study about Government of India have implemented Panchayat Raj institution. So Government of India also have implemented Panchayat Raj institution at last, and on 2nd October, okay, 1952, if you see, community development program was launched by Jawaharlal Nehru, and this is a birthday of Mahatma Gandhi. Okay, during that time Mahatma Gandhi was taken birth on 2nd October in Gujarat in Porbandar. Okay, and during this day only we can find Jawaharlal Nehru was also launched a program to develop the community, to develop each and every community. So a program was launched, community development program, which was launched in 1952. So children, we will meet you in the next class and we will discuss the continued part of local self-government. Okay. So thank you very much, children.